welcome to the Drayway. Yes, I'm glad you're here. Remember, there's a new Drayway each and every day. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I want you to keep stopping by and keep watching the show. You guys are the ones with your comments that steer the ship and make the show better and better. So it's all on you. You want a great show? Let's get started. Let's go. Welcome to the Drayway. We got a lot to talk about today. And what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Liz Cheyney. Because Liz Cheyney just got the Presidential Citizens Award by President Biden, and she clapped back at Donald Trump immediately. Because, of course, Donald Trump had to run his mouth. And Liz Cheyney said, "The truth is the truth, Donald. You know what you did. History is not going to be kind to you, sir. And frankly, I don't give a damn what you say." Liz Cheyney basically said to Donald Trump, the truth matters. And pretty much said, you're a convicted felon. And that's what's going on. We all know that's coming on January 10th. In case you didn't know, Trump is going to be sentenced on January 10th. And that case is going to finally be wrapped up and put a bow on it. Now, 12 jurors that his own attorneys picked out, all 12 of them looked at the evidence and went, guilty. They said he was guilty 34 times. I want you to stop and think about that. A jury of 12 people got together and looked at the evidence and said, yeah, he's guilty on all 34 counts. Now, you and me, anybody else would be in jail right now. But because Trump is Trump, he's not going to see a day's worth of jail time. But after January 10th, he will forever be the only convicted felon that got to the White House. He's going to be president of the United States, and he's going to be a 34-time convicted felon. So I don't know about you, but on the job applications, I would take the whole felon thing off. Because if you can become the president of the United States as a 34-time convicted felon, are you a felon should be taken off of every single job application. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, but I just thought it was amazing. And, you know, whether you like Liz Cheyney or not, of course, I don't have anything politically. We don't find a lot of common ground. She is a conservative Republican. She's a Republican, but she is a Republican with morals and values. And she knows Donald Trump is a piece of shit. She knows that. So, and she's not willing to step aside and just go along with all the BS. She knows Trump is shit. So she treats him like shit because that's what he is. And let's face facts, we all treat shit the same way. But a lot of people right now don't know that Donald Trump is shit because they listen to all the BS that comes out of his mouth. They listen to the lies. They believe the lies because they desperately want to. I understand that. You guys want to believe his lies. And that's why I tell people now, based on what Donald Trump has done, if you're a criminal, my suggestion to you is become a Republican criminal. Yeah, and when I say that, you know, just it seems to have worked for Trump, so see if it can work for you. All you have to do is just claim to be a Republican, and that, you know, if you're being persecuted, just claim it's these wacko Democrats coming after me. I'm just a poor, innocent Republican. Because that seems to be the answer nowadays. I know it didn't work out that well for Rudy Giuliani, and that's just because Rudy Giuliani is just kind of scummy, you know. So, yeah, pleading his case that he's just this poor Republican didn't really work for him, but it seems to have worked for Trump. And Trump has made it into an art form because Donald Trump, everything he says, everything he does, everything is worthless. It turns out to be bad, everything. And everybody around him seems to turn into criminals. I mean, look how many people were indicted or went to jail the first time he was president. How many? And that's because he surrounds himself with criminals. And do you think this time is going to be any different? Do you think this time, now that a billionaire has surrounded himself with billionaires, that they're going to give a damn about you? The answer is no. And Liz Cheyney knows that. And that's why I have respect for Liz Cheyney. I don't agree with her politically, but she has the balls to stand up and be like, yeah, I don't care what you say. I know a piece of shit when I see one. When I see it, when I smell it, it's shit. And that's Donald Trump as far as Liz Cheyney is concerned. Let me know what you think in the comments. Welcome to the Drayway. We have a lot more to talk about. Don't go anywhere. You know, I've talked about real estate several times in the show, and I will continue to talk about real estate. It's one of my passions and one of the things I love. But in the comments, a lot of people are asking me the same question, and I've been saying it for the last 2 years. Is now a good time to buy? No. Now is not a good time to buy a house. Interest rates are elevated. House prices are still in bubble territory. And it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better, especially along the South. Now, are there some deals in the Northeast and maybe in the Midwest where houses are still, in the Midwest, you can still find houses under $100,000. Now, am I talking about buying a house at $80,000? Are you going to get hurt? No. But I'm talking about primarily in the South where real estate prices really took off, like in Tennessee and Florida and Texas. Yeah, Arizona. Those are bad places to buy a house. Texas is in big trouble. Foreclosures are all over the place in Texas. Foreclosures are all over the place in Florida and Louisiana. And guess where else is starting to happen? Tennessee. Yeah. Those are markets that just absolutely blew up. And those are now markets that are going to come back down to earth. So is now a good time to buy a house? No. Especially when you can see right now, as of right now today, there are more new homes on the market across the United States than any time except all the way back to 2009. Yeah, you have to go all the way back 15 years to find this many new homes for sale. And let's face facts, a lot of these new homes, they are built poorly. Yeah, I mean, some of these builders have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of complaints, and that's because it's just shoddy workmanship. So they're building all these homes really, really fast, and yeah, they're building them poorly, and now they're sitting. And what they're going to have to do is slash the prices. And as they slash the prices and offer incentives for what buyers there are in the marketplace, it's not like this marketplace is absolutely flooded with buyers, because it is not. So what are they going to have to do? They're going to have to do interest rate deals or cut the price $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000. Now here you are, a regular Joe trying to sell your home, and you have to compete against new homes that are priced $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 less than your used home? Yeah, that is the situation that is going on right now and is only going to get worse in 2025. It's not going to get better. So for all of you asking me, is now a good time to buy real estate? No, now is not a good time. Now is a good time to rent, because as prices fall over the next couple of years, will there be buying opportunities? Of course there will be buying opportunities. But are they there right now? Not compared to where they're going to be at the end of the year or the end of next year. So real estate in 2025, what's my suggestion? Rent. Renting is much, much less expensive. I can, in Vegas, for example, here, I can rent a very nice 3-2 home for about $2,000 a month. Very nice. Now, I would have to spend $450,000 to move into that house, to buy it. 20% down plus closing costs. Yeah. I would rather put down the few $1,000s and just start renting for a couple of $1,000s a month, and taking the thousands of dollars that I'll save every month and put that money into the market. If I'm investing in the stock market and renting, I think I'm going to do a lot better than buying a house right now with prices potentially falling. That's the way I see it right now in the real estate market. Again, is there some opportunities out there if you're in certain areas of New York and New Jersey where prices are going to continue to go up? Maybe. But particularly in the South, like I said, in Florida, stay away. Texas, stay away. Louisiana, Tennessee, Arizona. Yeah, don't catch a falling knife. Let prices fall over the next couple of years. And trust me, the foreclosures over the next 24 months are going to be explosive. And that will bring down the market too. Let me know what you think in the comments. Welcome to the Dre Way. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And don't go anywhere. I have a final thought. Donald Trump becomes president in a couple of weeks, basically. And I want you to know I am an American first. I am a proud American. And I want to see this country do well. I don't want you to think for 1 minute this channel or me is rooting against Donald Trump. I'm not rooting against Donald Trump. I would love to see Donald Trump do well. It's just, I have my experience with Donald Trump goes all the way back to the 70s, because I was living in New Jersey. I was, frequently heard the name Donald Trump. I was there for his whole thing with the casinos and trying to get a casino license. And I could just go on and on about Donald Trump and the way he treated his people that were renting from him and his family. And I could just go on and on and on. He was, in my mind, a piece of garbage 40 years ago. I thought he was a terrible human being. In 40 years, he has done nothing to change my mind. I think Donald Trump is a deplorable human being. I mean, a really bad person, a terrible, awful person. And that's never going to change. I think he is a piece of shit. But I am not rooting against him as president of the United States. I would love to see him do well. But let me ask you a question. How often do you see a piece of shit do well, particularly at the most important office in the world? Donald Trump is a complete idiot and moron, and we are putting him in the White House. I can only hope that this time is going to be somehow different, and Donald is going to actually listen to some of the experts around him, if there are any, because he seems to put friends in his surrounding circle instead of bright, intelligent people that could advise him. So am I rooting against the United States? Absolutely not. Am I rooting against Trump? Absolutely not. But do I know with a certain amount of certainty that he's going to F it up just like he has everything else? He couldn't even run a charity without stealing from it. So do I have great expectations for the man? No, because I have 40 years of history, 40 years of complete failure after failure after failure after failure to look at. Because almost every single business he has ever attempted, he has failed. And that's because he simply doesn't learn. He isn't a man of intellect. And that's my final thought. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for stopping by the Dre Way. Don't forget, there is a new Dre Way each and every day. And if you don't check me out here on YouTube on a regular basis, please make sure you check me out on TikTok. I'm on TikTok under Drayton Nay. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great Sunday. We'll see you again tomorrow on the Dre Way.